I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. We're going to begin with a moment of silence and the pledge led by Mr. Norman.
Those who are able, please stand, salute the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you heard that announcement, it said, please do not evacuate the building, so we won't. All right, thank you so much. Are there any elected officials out there that I... Ms. Evelyn Gill, County Commissioners here. Welcome. Appreciate that you joined us. I'm also seeing a group out there of Boy Scouts, Troop 58. Is that correct? Please stand up and tell me why you're here. I apologize, I didn't hear you. Gary Dupler. Mr. Dupler, would you care to tell us about these fine young men?
I'm affiliated with Troop 58, Assistant Scoutmaster, and they're here to work on their citizenship in the Community Merit Badge.
Welcome. We appreciate that you're here and hope you learn a lot tonight. Thank you for coming. All right, next week, in case no one's got the memo, is spring break. So Knox County Schools will be closed. On behalf of the board, I wish all of our students, family, and staff a wonderful week. Remember also that Central Office will be closed on Thursday and Friday, the 21st and the 22nd. So staffers in Central Office, I hope that you all enjoy a much needed break also. Several board members will be attending the National School Boards Association Annual Conference in Philadelphia, March 29th through April 1st. This event gives board members a unique opportunity to meet with other school board members from around the country and have input on a national level regarding educational matters. We look forward to sharing information about the conference at our future meetings. All right, are there any proposed changes to the agenda? Seeing none, motion to approve.
So moved.
And second? Second. Norman and Owens, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. I did not mention the proposed change to the agenda about withdrawing the superintendent's evaluation. All right, let's do it at that point since we've approved the agenda. Thank you. That was my oversight. Okay, before we get into that, we have a really special recognition tonight. I'm so excited about this, as I know the whole board is, and I will be turning it over to Mr. Thomas.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. This evening we have the honor of introducing you to this year's Systems Teachers of the Year. Last month we recognized all of our building level teachers of the year at our annual banquet and then announced the system level winners. Teachers of the Year are selected competitively through 5 cycles, including building level, system level, Tennessee Core office level, Grand Division, and then the state level. The elementary category is pre-K through 4 grades, the middle category is 5th through 8th grades, and the high school level is 9th through 12th grades. I'll ask Chair Mrs. Terry Hill and the district board member to join me at the front as Dr. Reiswick says a few words about each of you. When he calls your name, please join us on stage.
Our elementary teacher of the year is K-5 librarian media specialist who began a reading incentive program at Bricky McLeod Elementary School 2 years ago. She has seen significant increases in students who achieve their accelerated reader goals in English language arts scores and TCAP. She's been teaching with Knox County Schools for 12 years. Please join us in congratulating this year's elementary teacher of the year, Crystal Dugan. Our middle school teacher of the year is an 8th grade English language arts teacher who has never forgotten the importance of empowering individual students, including those who are struggling. During her time at Carnes Middle, she has helped create a peer tutoring program and has led the National Junior Honor Society. She has been teaching with Knox County Schools since 2015. Please join us in congratulating this year's middle school teacher of the year, Janet Smith. And finally, our high school teacher of the year teaches geometry and statistics at Powell High School and has been an educator for more than 30 years. She emphasizes collaboration among her students and has helped implement focus review sessions that enabled students to receive tutoring on specific objectives. Alice joined Knox County Schools 35 years ago. Please join us in congratulating our high school teacher of the year, Miss Alice Carson.
Again, congratulations, teachers. We're so proud of you here in Knox County, proud that you're ours. Okay, at this point, I believe we can move on to agenda items. Ms. Coatney,
Item 6, consent agenda.
motion to approve.
So moved.
Norman and McMillan, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
7A, approve second reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy B111, duties of officers as amended.
Second.
Motion by Owen, second by Norman. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
7B, approve second reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy B163, rules of order as amended.
Second.
Motion by Owen and Norman. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
7C, approve second reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy B240, school board legislative involvement as amended.
Second.
Motion by Owen and Norman. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
7D, approve second reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy J220, alcohol, drug, and tobacco use as amended.
Second.
Motion by Owen and Norman. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
7E, approve first reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy B180, Public Forum as amended.
Second.
Motion by Owen and Norman. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
7F, approve first reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy B200, Policy Development and Adoption as amended.
All in,
So
motion.
moved. So moved.
Motion by Norman and Bab. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
7G, approve first reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy C100, School Administration Goals and Objectives as amended.
So moved.
Motion by Norman and Horn. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
7H, approve first reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy C122, Director of Schools Recruitment and Selection as amended.
So moved.
Norman and Owen. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
7I, approve first reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy C124, Director of Schools Compensation, Benefits, and Expenses as amended.
So moved.
Motion Norman, Owen. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
7J, approve first reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy C131, Compensation Guides and Contracts as amended.
So moved.
Motion by Norman and Owen. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
7K, approve first reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy J120, Attendance as amended.
So moved.
Motion by Norman. Second by Horn. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
7L, approve first reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy J392, Students in Foster Care as amended.
So moved.
Motion by Norman. Horn. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And just for the information of you all out there, and especially our Boy Scouts, we had a work session last week, and all these were thoroughly vetted and discussed. And for the most part, any differences or changes that might have been suggested were discussed then. So it sounds like we're flying through this, and we are, but in fact, it has been thoroughly vetted. Ms. Coatney?
8A, approve University of Tennessee contract and grant in the amount of $24,611 for activities associated with the Student Spaceflight Experiments Program.
So moved.
Motion by Norman and Owen. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
8B, approve State of Tennessee Department of Education Trauma Informed Schools Grant in the amount of $8,400 designated for student support and academic enrichment at Austin East Magnet High School, Bearden High School, Beaumont Magnet Academy, Dogwood Elementary School, Northwest Middle School, Richard Yoakley School, and Ridgedale School.
So second.
Motion by Satterfield, second by Norman. Discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.
8C, approve memoranda of agreement for partner organizations, Boys and Girls Clubs of Tennessee, Boys and Girls Clubs of the Tennessee Valley, Shore Foundation, and Wesley House to apply for 21st Century Community Learning Centers program funding for provision of after-school services at multiple Knox County schools.
So moved.
Motion by Norman. Second by Horn. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
8D, approve Crystal Foundation grant in the amount of $3,899.29 for Bonnie Kate Elementary School designated to the Wildcat Exploratorium STEAM Lab.
Motion by Christie, second by Owen. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
8E, approve Crystal Foundation grant in the amount of $4,708 for Ridgedale School designated for the purchase of microwaves, microwave carts, and other supplies for the CDCA classes.
So moved.
Motion by Norman, second by Owen. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
8F, approve acceptance of donated medical equipment from Tenova with an estimated value up to $14,335 designated for health science classrooms.
So moved.
Motion by Norman, second by Christie. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
9A, approve contracts with Thoughts in Pest Control and Orkin LLC for provision of pest control services as needed for the term of April 1, 2019 through March 31, 2020, which may be extended for 4 additional years, 1 year at a time, for a total of 5 years.
So moved.
Motion Norman, second Horn. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
9B, approve contract with P&W Construction Company LLC for construction to complete the kitchen serving area at Powell Middle School in the amount of $1,546,000.
Second.
Motion Bounds, second Norman. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
10A, approve fiscal year 2019 capital budget line item transfer in the amount of $111,000.
So moved.
Motion to approve, Norman and Horn. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
10B, approve fiscal year 2019 career and technical education budget line item transfer in the amount of $80,000.
So moved.
Motion by Norman, second by McMillan. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And,
Item 10C, Ms. Owen had asked for its withdrawal at the work session, so Mr. Dupler, did you want to?
Well, the only thing I would say, Madam Chair, is that since this item was marked as withdrawn on the agenda, and since the board has already approved the agenda for this evening, that it in effect has been withdrawn. But if you want to call attention to it, I mean, you certainly can.
all right, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Dupler. Ms. Owen, did you have a comment?
My intent is to put that on next month's agenda.
Thank you, thank you. Next month's agenda, and I know the board has their homework looking at the information from that. Moving along to public forum, Ms. Horn.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The first speaker is Liza Ransom. Please come forward and state your name and county of residence.
Liza Ransom, Knox County. All right, I'm a teacher at Lonsdale Elementary. Tonight, I'm not here to harp on Lonsdale's existing challenges you all are already aware of. The issues tonight don't concern our building's ADA accessibility, lack of sprinklers, the prevalent mold and consistent flooding, or even the fact that we're losing positions next year, which will lead to increased class sizes. I am here to talk about issues that are even more serious and pertinent, which are Lonsdale's unique overcrowding situation and the safety issues our students and staff have repeatedly faced this school year. Let me begin with our overcrowding. Lonsdale understands that we aren't the only school in Knox County with overcrowded halls or students learning in portables, but we are the only school that has been split without a new building to ease that transition. When our community became overcrowded, the students displaced from Lonsdale weren't given a brand new school building that adequately meets their learning needs. Our kindergartners and first graders are being forced into a formal preschool that is too small, lacks the resources they require, and has put a strain on families by dividing students between these two schools. And that's what sets Lonsdale's overcrowding apart. We were promised a temporary solution that would provide equal services while also leaving our community intact. And the sad reality is we are only able to interact with the staff and students there after we are forced to evacuate to Sammy Hill when there's a gas leak. This leads me to a much bigger issue, safety. Day-to-day safety is something that our school alone faces. No other school in this county has had 4 gas leaks this school year. 4. I'll be honest, I had a hard time thinking about how to eloquently convey these safety issues because I cannot believe a permanent solution hasn't already been proposed. As I stand here and advocate for a new school building, I find myself at a loss for words. But here are the facts. Our students and staff have been put in 4 separate occasions where they either were or could have been in a place of learning while breathing in carbon monoxide and natural gas. Staff members have had carbon monoxide poisoning and have been taken to the hospital after being exposed to these toxic conditions. These emergencies were addressed as isolated incidents and were given a quick fix so that we could re-enter the building as soon as possible. But now, 4 emergencies later, we're all left waiting for the next crisis, and will continue to do so these next 3 months of school. Bottom line, no other families in this county worry about sending their children, their parents, or pregnant wives into a building with fear that their loved ones might have their health irreversibly damaged from an environment as inadequate and downright dangerous as ours. And truthfully, I genuinely don't know what to say to a parent who looks at me in the eyes and asks me, is it safe for my child to come to school today? I was able to reassure my families after the first carbon monoxide incident and even after the second gas leak. But after the third and the fourth one this week, how would you all suggest that I answer? The staff at Lonsdale knows that every school in Knox County has needs and that budget funding can only meet so many. And we know that there are schools in this county who also face overcrowding issues. And we understand that a board responsible for 50 elementary schools faces a daunting challenge of its own. But as dedicated educators, it's frustrating when the needs of other schools are being handled proactively and issues as severe as Lonsdale's aren't even handled reactively. We cannot empathize with any decision that yet again pushes the needs and safety of our children to 2024. To not take immediate action in light of these shameful inequities is beneath our school district. We're better than this. I'll end with a quote from Lonsdale's mission statement. Our mission statement is proudly displayed in all classrooms, and it is recited every morning by our amazing students and staff. The first line reads, "Lonsdale is a safe place where we are all unique and valued." All of us who learn and work at Lonsdale deserve a safe space. But after all we've been through, I don't know how much longer the staff at Lonsdale can confidently believe in these words. When students are in danger, time and time again, in an environment that we put them in, we are responsible. And this incredible community can no longer afford to not be prioritized on the capital plan. We cannot afford to live and learn in this building until 2024. The time for the board's action is now. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Joey Kyle. Please state your name and county of residence.
My name is Joey Kyle, from Knox County.
Thank you.
She about covered everything, but I went to the budget meeting the other day, and I've been going over some of the papers that I don't understand. And like I said at that budget meeting, was that for Lonsdale or the other schools? Anytime I lay down, when I hear a fire truck in my community, I jump up because I think it's one of our kids. And for me to think that, them are my babies. I don't have any kids go there now, but I'm in the community. I just think every time we have a meeting at Lonsdale, it's put y'all on radar. Well, would the police pull us over? We need help. And I just want to thank the teachers, how they handled it. But this board can set a precedent right now. Give us a new school. Like the teacher said a while ago, how do you tell somebody, they look you in the face and say, my kid gonna be safe? What do you say? We don't know. I mean, I'm here, I'm about ready to cry for the kids. Even inmates got a better situation than we do. I'm tired of being on radar. Will you please, please put us first, our kids? You can raise my taxes, I'll pay it, don't bother me. But Lonsdale is a great community. I'm trying to keep people in Lonsdale, but they keep saying, man, we ain't got no schools. It ain't safe. Y'all say y'all come and visit the school. Come and visit when we have a gas leak, and you will see the parents. Then they can look the board in the face instead of the teachers. I don't know why we can't get it. We've been doing this for 3 years. I've been to every meeting, feel like I'm a congressman. But I just want y'all to go, just shut your eyes for 10 seconds and think about your kid at Lonsdale. How would you feel? It'd be a disaster. I was in a meeting at Lonsdale in the classroom, and I asked, is this a classroom? Terrible, terrible. Books, mildew. That's nothing for our kids. These are elementary kids. If they're getting a bad experience, what they gonna think when they go to middle school? Nobody don't care for us. And then I heard on the news, when you make a statement, it's a little bit gas leak. There's not a such thing as that. A gas leak is a gas leak. If you set a match, it'll blow. It's like it would for a big gas leak. So it may be little to you, but it's big to me. Anytime we have to, our kids, we scared to lay their head down, might be their last time. We don't know. We have no idea what to tell them. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Angel Bowman next. Please state your name and county.
Angel Bowman, Knox County. Good evening. My name is Angel Bowman, and I am a parent of 2 boys at Lonsdale Elementary. I spoke to you last month and asked you to consider adding Lonsdale Elementary to the capital plan because we desperately need a new school. I'm here tonight, 3 additional gas leaks later, to tell you that I no longer feel safe sending my sons to Lonsdale. I trust the staff at Lonsdale. I love our teachers, but after the first gas leak last November, we were told the building would be safe again for our kids. Yesterday, we were told there was yet another gas leak, this time a different type of gas, but that the building was again safe for our kids. This morning, I received a call about another gas leak. This one closed the school due to an abundance of caution for the safety of our kids. I don't know what I'll do with my boys tomorrow. I don't know if I'll send them to school because I'm very concerned about their safety. I'm not alone. I've talked to parents in the neighborhood and we feel stuck. We can't keep our kids home because we don't want them to be truant and they need to be taught. And the transfer window is already closed for the year and the upcoming school year. I know because I tried to transfer my boys to another school. That's right, this parent that loves her community and loves the teachers at her school, I tried to transfer my boys out because they deserve better. This isn't about overcrowding. It's not even about how old the building is. At this point, it's not even about the fact that our families have already been divided between Lonsdale and Sammy Hill. It's about safety, the safety of our kids. I'm here tonight to ask you, what would you do if your kids attended Lonsdale? Let's let that sit in. What would you do if your kids went to Lonsdale? Would you feel safe sending them back after 4 separate gas leaks? Is that the learning environment you want for your sons and daughters? Is that the learning environment they deserve? I don't believe that it is. So I ask you tonight, please, please, I'm begging you, make the safety of our children a priority. Make Lonsdale your priority. We can't wait. We can't wait for the leak that no one catches. We can't wait for the first injury or death. We can't wait while the building continues to fall apart. We owe it to our kids to act now. So please, make Lonsdale your priority. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Shanae Jones next. Please state your name and county of residence.
Shanae Jones, Knox County. I moved here 3 years ago from Ohio to get better opportunities for our stepson. With the issues at Lonsdale, there's no way that he'll be able to return to school. He's an asthmatic. He's been having breathing problems since he started school. We moved from a state where we built 26 schools and we can't get one here. So it's the problem. We are afraid that something is going to happen to somebody's child. We're just asking for the common courtesy and the decency for people to look outside of themselves. At this point, it's sad that we have to deal with mold and carbon monoxide leak, gas leaks in a school. This is not somebody's basement. So it really makes no sense to me as to why it even is occurring. We're looking at a building that's deplorable. It's literally dilapidated. There's no way that you're going to be able to do remodeling on a building that old with that many issues without there being any danger to the children. At this point, we have decided to take our son out of Lonsdale by any means that's necessary. If we have to homeschool, we will. Because coming from a place where it doesn't run like this, it's hard to believe that this is what's going on in Knoxville. At this point, I just feel like we definitely should be a priority if we're not. And if we're not, then why? And then we want to ask the question as to what are our options? What are we supposed to do as parents? How are we supposed to look at this? I don't believe not one moment in my mind or in my heart that Lonsdale is at all safe for anybody. Parents, staff, visitors, children, nobody. It should not be open. If it can't be fixed, it can't be repaired, then we have to figure out another way. So I just thank you for your time, and thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, that concludes public forum.
Thank you. I want you to know, Lonsdale parents, that you're not falling on deaf ears. I don't know that we have all the answers, but I want you to know that we're looking very seriously at this, and no one on this board takes this matter lightly at all. I promise you that. Any comments, questions? Ms. Satterfield?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you. I think I just will ask the board to reconsider our priority list of what we have on the capital plan and make Lonsdale the #1 priority.
Mr. Norman?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Certainly appreciate the people that spoke. I've been to Lonsdale. I've experienced Lonsdale and the issues there, and they've been going on for a long, long time, of course. And hopefully this board can do something. Before we go, I would like to ask a question or two from our staff, and I don't know who it would be, but maybe we know something about the gas leaks. Maybe, it's very possible the gas leaks are actually outside the building, migrating in. I don't know anything about the details. Do we have any details? That's what I'm asking.
Mr. Thomas, I'll direct that to you.
Oh, yeah, yes, and I'm going to let Mr. Oakes speak here to it. I think both leaks, to my knowledge, I think were in the kitchen area, so inside. So another one yesterday morning, and our maintenance folks discovered one yesterday afternoon. It was, I think it was repaired. I think they got through about 4 o'clock this morning, I guess. But again, just wanted to make sure that we checked everything, not having the building occupied today, that we could check everything once more to be sure. It is an old building, and you know, I can't argue with the fact that we need a new school. So, you know, that's not even an arguable thing from the standpoint. Of course, it all gets back down to, you know, the funding and capital plan, which we'll be bringing to the board here in the next few weeks. But I know Mr. Oakes can speak more specifically probably than what I have.
Well, Mr. Thomas is correct in what he's shared and what we detected yesterday when it was reported and then when we followed up on it. I think some of the challenge on it has been they've been so minute that our maintenance people tell me that they're even difficult to detect with our detection equipment because of the amount of gas there. But we have at this point changed out all of the gas pipelines that are in the kitchen and remonitored them today and haven't detected any presence of gas.
Thank you. Mr. Norman, did you have, all right. Any other comments? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion Norman. Second Horn. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.